And we are live. Well, hello, everybody. This is John Davies, 25-year comics veteran, off and on. Uh, I've worked for Warner Brothers. I've done several music album covers. I've done a ton of indie books. I am a true indie guy with my works. I currently did Night Mist, which will be coming to the shelves to you soon. I'm working on another project with my creator owned the um, the event Children from the Atom, which will go up on Indiegogo first part of the year in 2019. So please check that out. We will preview that a little later today. But currently, right now, I have a sketch cover that I'm working on. Uh, and I have a very special guest with me. His name's Cameron Porter. Say hello, Cameron.
Hey guys, how's it going? We're here with the wonderful John Davies today.
So, anything new today that you want to discuss?
Just I've talked to you about briefly before. I'm just gonna talk a little about some of my new pickups in between your wonderful inking session we got going on here. Some books I'm looking forward to. Maybe we'll discuss that new comic that just came out, first appearance of such and such. I don't know. We'll see how it goes today.
Sounds wonderful.
All right.
Uh,
Unfortunately, Ekins will not be making an appearance on the stream today. He was out earlier, so he is all tuckered out. So.
oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Huh.
What's going on, sir?
Oh, nothing much. I just was like, huh. That's that sucks.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry. I know I thought last time we were on stream, I thought I brought my snake out last time. So
Yes, you
maybe,
did.
yes,
You did bring your snake out.
yes, I did. Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
Batman was showing his off earlier this week or last week.
So, what do you think about that?
Honestly, I, I don't really see the big deal. I mean, kudos to him. I mean, Action Comics is been around so long, and Detective Comics has been around so long. I'm not surprised we haven't seen more of it in comics. I just don't think it's that big of a deal. From what I can see, it's like a one-page shot of it, from what I've read, and I just don't see why it's raising the hype so much. We got to see the first appearance of the Batawang, so it goes all the way around. Cool.
Yes.
That is, you kept that a surprise from me, sir. You're hiding things from me.
Yeah, this dude's gonna be really stoked about this.
Dude, I would be too. I'm jealous I didn't jump on it.
Let me see. His name is David James.
Oh, David James, you are going to be super excited with the work. Trust me, as good as it looks on stream or in pictures, it always looks better in person. I've gotten so many compliments about the Harley Quinn I've gotten from this wonderful man right here.
Oh, thank you. So,
Well,
what about the story in that Batman the Damned?
I have read a brief overview, but unfortunately, this is literally the 1 week where I actually didn't go to my LCS for New Comic Tuesday. So by the time I went to try to go get it, they already had pre-ordered more and already sold them out. So had to read kind of online roughly what it's about. And I think it's interesting. From what I got, it's that the Joker's dead, and Batman doesn't remember if he's the one who killed him or not. So they're trying to go on that. It's like him and John Constantine, I believe.
Okay.
So from that perspective, we all know Constantine kind of a butt and likes to screw with people a little bit. So is he actually going to try to help Batman? He's going to like prolong it, and it's going to take. He's going to like filter in some memories that like try to alter his memories himself. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't got to read it. I don't know what kind of mood Constantine's going to be in. So that's going to be kind of fun to watch it play out. What about
Huh.
you? What about you, sir?
Well, I didn't even pick it up, so I don't know anything about it. Um, but that's what I was trying to get to was uh, so the mainstream of people's talk is, oh, it's about the bat wing there and the ding ding.
Yeah, the
And
Batwing.
well, the truth of the matter is no one spoke about the story, how good the story is or what the story is about at all. So I didn't know what it was about. That's why I was asking you.
Yep.
And so that's where we are with mainstream media, right?
Yeah, I
So
mean, it's just people focus on one thing, but I mean, I haven't like Venom first host talk since first Prince of Battlewing came out down to nothing. I mean, everyone was talking about how great that series was, and then prices of like Carnage and Venom books jumping up, and all of a sudden now I got Batwing, and it's that's all the talk is now. I haven't seen anything about any other new comics coming out except for that now for the past like 3 4 days. That's all it's been.
huh.
And I'm just over here like we've been talking about his Richard Grayson, for a minute. There's always been speculation. We got to see it now. There's always been like indie comics and jokes talking about that Batman has his own hidden superpower, and Superman losing X-ray vision and stuff. There's other comics out there, just like little, I guess they're not even really memes, but just little screenshots people do and stuff. So I didn't really see the big deal about it, and the fact that that's taking focus and no one, now that you talk about mention it, sorry, no one has talked about the story. Yeah, because I had to look it up myself. So.
So what does that tell you about the retailer, um, or actually the publisher itself? What were they going for there? Telling the story or showing and tell?
I think yeah, don't ask, don't tell. I guess enough people asked they had to show. I'm not really sure. I think it was just a ploy to get people to read the story. But I mean, the writers on it are name pullers themselves. So I don't know why they felt like if it was a gimmick, I don't know why they felt like they had to put that in so early to grab everyone's attention to get people to read the story. Because I mean, just the cover art themselves on the Batman Damned and the new one, the pre-order coming out with Harley Quinn on it, looks fantastic. And honestly, I would like it for the art alone.
So what other great things happened this week at the comic shop?
I just stopped in for a second. Oh, I actually do have. I don't have it with me yet because my wife wanted to surprise me for my birthday. She saw me talking about a statue that I wasn't able to get because I wasn't able to afford it, and she's just recently been able to. We've been together for a while, but she's been wanting to buy me some gifts because I haven't been able to buy a lot of stuff for myself lately because I've stopped mainly with a lot of the bulk comic buying here recently in the last couple weeks. So she bought me a Venom statue that is 12 inches tall by 14 inches wide of him breaking out of like the symbiote glass. And it's a limited edition statue. And so I'm excited to pick that up. And I wish I had pictures of it. As soon as I get it, I will be doing a video and I'll be sending you pictures as soon as I pick it up at the LCS.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I
I'm
can't
excited.
wait.
As far as that, nothing really too much new with the LCS. Just we talked about Batman Damned there as well too. But once again, it wasn't talking about the story. It was just a brief mention of first appearance of the first true appearance of Dick Grayson. That's what we called it. But no, I mean, the recent pickups I got was I picked up a full set, the Batman 50, signed by J. Scott Campbell. Love me some Black Canary and Huntress, and of course Dick Grayson, right there. I'd already had this one right here. I had the center, but I just hadn't been able to find the other four because people were always selling it as a set. And when the hype came out, it was strong, ungraded, graded, slabbed, or signed, or all three. So I was very happy to pick these up for a reasonable trade.
Oh, that's cool.
And I also managed to get another Feeding My Lady Death Addiction. So I got another Polito signed Lady Death. I try to stay
Brian,
away.
Brian's awesome.
Is that how you
He's
say his last name? Is it Polito or is it Polito? I have been.
it's Polito.
It is okay. Good. All right, but I don't know why I like his interpretation of Lady Death. I've liked some of is it Mayrit Michaels? I don't Myrit Michaels.
It's Marat.
And Marat Michaels. Okay, so butchered it both times.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine. So we're good.
That's pretty cool. I got some things I need to be sending you to get signed then, sir. And then just a couple little things. Not really rare or anything, but I picked up a it's obviously something for either to send to you or for the wife to do if you weren't interested. A coloring book version of Deathstroke number 14. She loves the adult coloring books, and she loves the colorful swear words. It makes them all pretty and stuff. So that's always fun. Then I got a couple Scotty Young, Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And then Silk. Because now that Silk's getting hot, I just love Scotty Young. I love the Young Guns variants and Scotty Young covers. So, but I'm very selective about which ones I pick to, just because I like his art. I don't pick up every character. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Fantastic Four. I did not jump back on the hype train when the new series came out, especially with it taking over every single comic cover in Marvel. Everyone having a Fantastic Four variant for 2 weeks. I'm good. And then I got a random freebie thrown in. I got Superman Man of Steel, number 2 miniseries. A little beat up, but it was a good read.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I have the full set of that, and
Dude.
the variant cover that John Byrne did.
I did not know there was a variant cover. Wow.
Yeah, the first issue had a variant to it back then.
Wow, that's this is done what I want to say by cover 80s, but it could be older or newer.
No, it's in the 80s, 86, I believe it was.
Gotcha. You said you've been doing this off and on for 25 years, sir?
Yes, sir.
You realize you've been doing this as long as I've been alive? Yep, 86, yeah.
Yeah, if you weren't into John Byrne, then you really weren't into comics back then.
Yeah, that's true.
The man was amazing. Terry Austin was amazing as the inker for just about everybody.
Yeah, whenever Superman or Action Comics 1000 came out, I picked up the 60s, 70s, and 80s variants of the different colors. I love the homages to the different styles throughout the years, throughout the decades. Trying to find.
So I have an ongoing talk from myself, and the big reason of the what the big two are doing. So, and I have a problem with it, is what it is.
Okay.
Is they what are they producing? Well, they're producing 50 different covers on books, with the content inside not being that great. So, so what are you really producing? You know, as far as the publishing wise. So, my argument is, and it's my opinion only, which I think others may agree with it, but I'm not sure on it. But I do have a strong opinion about it. It's there's a lot of great artists that do work for these companies, but yet they're not shining through because the company's agenda is to create and publish 50 different, approximately that
I understand
covers, which are actually prints, because the content inside is so weak that you have to force to sell, the 30,000 copies or whatever by mass producing different covers by different artists. So what in essence are you really producing? 50 different prints in a small scale size of a comic book,
and charging increasing amounts for how few prints you want to choose. You pick and choose of which one.
Right.
So,
And so I want to know what everybody's thoughts are on that of what are these companies really publishing?
and I agree there too. It is, and a lot of stories are getting weaker nowadays. There's not as much essence on storytelling, hence the Batman Damned issue as well. Everyone's talking about the art inside, and there's all these variants going around, but not really talking much about the actual content. At the same time, I would love to just buy prints of books and stuff. I don't know if those artists do just that many individual prints now. I don't know what their contracts allow them to do, or if they have to do prints like an actual cover on comic books now for them for certain characters or certain issues or series. I'm not sure how that goes. You can probably give me a little more insight into that. I like to buy like variants that are the same price. I'll buy a couple 1 in 10s, 1 in 25s if I enjoy the artist and I'm looking forward to like their art coming out. I hope, I want to say I know, but I hope that some of that goes back to them for the increased prices. But a lot of times I won't spend more than, I want to say like $30, $40 on a comic if I'm really just buying it for the art. I'm buying it for the story or because it's a character that means a lot to me and I would like the first appearance of the origins of that character. So that's my opinion. I like buying some. Scotty Young's is usually around the same cover price, if not just a couple dollars more. And I enjoy seeing baby versions or kid versions of the characters that I've grown to love. So that's my opinion on it. I pick and select which variants I buy. But as a whole for the industry, like trying to put in my Harley, I have a Harley variant for Harley #1, and trying to scroll through and realizing there's triple letter variants, meaning they've done at least like 70 variants of an issue, seems a little excessive to me.
Yes, exactly.
Like I think Harley #1 goes to triple L before it goes back down to double letters for the rest of the alphabet.
Oh my gosh.
I could be wrong there. I can actually pull it up and let you know here in just a second. But it is ridiculous. I mean, there's like that. I mean, the characters get popular and they get more mainstream. I get it. There's going to be more and more variants, and I'm glad. I'm sure that way more artists are getting exposure. But a lot of them are like exclusive store variants, and then like people like J. Scott Campbell and Scott Schneider will get like 5 or 10 variants each, which is no problem. They put in the work. They're established, but just like it keeps building it up enough. It makes it harder to. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
Oh,
I
I
enjoy
see.
the art, but I would rather have prints. They're more affordable and give me definitely save on space. It's not, so what was the what did he just give you free reign on what to do for this cover?
Yeah. He said, I want this. And he said, you just come up with what you want on it. I said, it's a wraparound cover, right? And I said, I could do that for you. And he said, cool. And then, I gave him the price and everything. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's cool, you know? And so I always try to exceed everybody's expectations uh, with doing stuff, not just giving them what they're expecting. Like, oh, well, it's just going to be a single sketch of a head or something. No, no, I'll add a whole bunch of different stuff to it to make it more for you, and give you that extra to where when you do open it up from the package, as you get it from the post office, you'll be like, oh my God, he did this too, you know? And yeah, I did because that's what I do.
Hold on, here it is right here. I just found it. Okay. Harley Quinn, the DC Universe Rebirth. I am in triple letters right now, scrolling through the different ones.
Wow.
Triple W, triple X, triple Y. So it goes all the way to triple Y. My bad.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
variance there.
that is definitely a lot of variance.
So that just proves to the point of, well, what are they really selling here? You know, are we selling a comic book or are we selling prints? You know, in other words, they're selling covers.
Yeah,
So that's what their concerns are, and that's wrong.
and I'm looking at them right now. A lot of these are they're just the regular color version and a black and white version of it too, and they're for like certain stores and stuff too. So some of them, it's not even. They're not even. A lot of them are original prints. They're just duplicates, one in color, one in black and white, but they aren't even virgin covers. They're just.
Well, that's what's gonna cause a lot of comic stores to close down.
Yeah, it's gonna. I feel
It
like another crash is gonna come. What was it like in the early '90s or something? I was.
it was mid '90s
Yeah,
was where it happened. Because of the mass producings of all the different covers and such, that the comic shops were over inventoried, and because the returns are only like 15% back then,
yeah.
uh, that they had to sit on it, and they couldn't make their monies on those, and so shops uh, were in debt and had to close. So we lost a lot of our childhood hangouts and such because of that. And like I had these few comic shops in Long Beach there that were there for like all through the 70s and 80s and 90s right there, and then they closed. You know, like 96 they closed because they couldn't sustain anymore. They were so far in debt, and it really didn't help with the rise in prices on the books also.
Yeah. I feel like it's coming soon, and I don't know if that's just me being young and looking at what's happened before, but with everything just coming out, and I don't know. I enjoy reading them. I'd rather have a book in my hand and read it rather than read it online. And I enjoy having something that someone has made.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's the whole point of the Indiegogos and crowdfundings. I believe those are receiving much more uh, fans coming and purchasing for the content of the book and not just a cover.
I agree as well. I started looking into a lot of them. I'm happy to see so many funded as well. There's some that are still on their way, but I'm glad to see so many are like exceeding their goals, which I know they're going to give back to the people who've been supporting them.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm just glad to see so many people are doing it. I feel bad that I'm just now getting on that train, or I guess I'll get getting along for that ride right now to start exploring the deeper world of indie comics. So sorry, I'm just watching you draw that sigh right now. You know, and as much as I love nunchucks, I would have loved to see one of the turtles use a pair of tonfas one day. Still haven't seen him do it, but I still hold out hope one day.
Well, that's not what they were trained in. They were limited on what they were trained to be. I mean, gosh, dude, they were in a sewer.
I feel like
They-
a stick would have been easier to find than a pair of size. Okay, if we're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. I'll give you some continuity issues right there.
Now, the
So
funny thing is, with the turtles, I'm sorry though,
you're good.
is they're in a sewer. How much crap did Splinter get in order to train them, and where did he get it from? You know?
Yeah. Always wondered that myself. No, I mean, not that I haven't been a TMNT fan since I was very young. Hell, I've gone through a couple different copies of the live action movies and the animated series once they came out on some of them were VHS, but when they came out on DVD. But yeah, I always wondered how he got access to well, I mean, there's different stories and how he came with like the manual. Some of them they say he got manuals to help teach turtles, and he found books. Others say from watching his master. I don't know which one's actually canon. I don't. And I mean, I can see a bow staff, and I can see sword training. I mean, that's stuff we do as kids anyway. I mean, not training, but when we play like it when we're kids and stuff. But the nunchuck and the size were always a little bit more out there for me. I'm sure they all have basic sword training and staff training as well.
Well, the canon was he learned it from his master. But they change up stuff here and there to suit more sophisticated kids these days, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, with all the new TMNT series that keep rebooting on Nickelodeon. Yes, I'm so happy about those.
Was that sarcasm or was that?
It was. Oh, no, okay. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, so much. Right. I try to be one of those guys that gets mad about it because they reboot kid shows for the new generation, the kids, and the anime style they're used to, and I'm trying to move past that. And I have the typical millennial attitude, they're ruining my childhood, which because they're not. They're just, I don't agree with their interpretation and how it seems like cartoons and even like regular mainstream TV shows are getting, not all of them. There's some mainstream shows that are not, but there's a good amount that are just getting more lowbrow, I guess would be the term. Like there's even some big comedians nowadays I don't find funny at all, and everyone's just like on their jocks, and I don't get it. I don't. So, but I'm getting off topic here. So.
No, it's fine. I like to hear people's opinions on stuff.
Is my TV too loud, sir? I'm trying to find my volume.
No, you're fine.
Okay, just it's Black Ops has some decent background noise, so I was trying to get something that wasn't a TV show. Oh, sorry. There is big news that I haven't said. A couple weeks ago, my buddy, because I had a break-in a few months ago, and I lost part of my comic collection. That's why I started buying a lot. I was trying to rebuild too fast, and I got some really good deals for my LCS. My main one that I go to, that's why they became my main LCS, because I could, in the town of Murfreesboro, there's 7 Walmarts, like 10 Walgreens, and like 4 local comic shops. They all do like Facebook videos. They all do like reply auctions. One of them majors in pops. They have like a giant pop sale the first Saturday of the month with like hundreds of pops. But, and I totally forgot where I was going with this conversation. I am. Oh yeah, sorry. Anyway, so my buddy came over. And I thought he got me a headset because I had lost my headset. I was able to, with the limited insurance money I got, which by the way, I'm sure you're more experienced. You're an older than me, gentleman. I'm sure you have all your valuables more insured with a specific policy for them. But for renter's insurance, for a young guy, I did not realize there was a limit in my $25,000 coverage policy that was this much for my collectibles. So the first things I claimed were the first things I thought of, which were my baseball cards. That took up about 95% of my collectibles budget. So I got like this much money for like replacement comic books, and my fingers are not actually touching, believe it or not. But
oh wow,
yeah, I know, yeah, that close. But no, it's actually only $1,000 for collectibles for renter's insurance. So I got about $75 for comics to replace what was stolen.
Wow.
Yeah. If I had known that, I would have claimed the comic book for the baseball cards. Because I'm not gonna be able to replace some of the baseball cards I lost. Their value it's too high. I just wanted to keep them because they were things my grandpa gave me. Same thing with the first 10 issues of Nightwing that I have locked in a safe, along with my first the Vengeance of Bane first print, and a couple of Action Comics as well. So those are locked in the safe. They didn't take that. My safe's too heavy. It's like a safe from the 70s, all lead. But yeah, so it was I claimed all that first, and the value for that, trading what's going on eBay, what they sell for, what I can buy them for, left me $75. It was like $927, but he threw me an extra $2. I was like, thank you, appreciate it. But anyway, so I lost my Xbox, lost my headset. My electronics budget was like $4,000, and I'm like, I don't have $4,000 in electronics. Can I move some of that to the collectibles, please, Mr. Tom? I will not say his last name, but he said no. He can't do that as much as he wish he could. And he's been a great agent. When my house burned down when I was in 8th grade, 2 days from my birthday, he was out that day with a partial check for my mom so we can go in and then set us up in a hotel that night.
Oh, that's good. That's cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's been a great agent since I can remember. But anyways, so I thought he was bringing me over a headset. He did not bring me a headset for my Xbox, by the way. But he did bring me his old PS4 because he pre-ordered the PS4 Pro, the Spider-Man edition of the Spider-Man game. So I have went from only Xbox guy back to my childhood, back when I had a PS2, and now I have a PS4. And I got to say, the graphics on these PS4 games are the exclusives. I use my Xbox for Hulu and Netflix now. It's pretty much just been a brick this past week. So I've been playing God of War, and the amount of mythology in that from Norse was astounding. And sometimes you're just paddling around in a canoe with your son, with the head of Mimir just talking to you, just spouting off random exposition and random Norse fables, acting like he was a part of half of them. And I'm just listening. I'm like, I'm hoping it gets more people to mythology. That's kind of like why I liked epic rap battles when they came out when I first went to college. I like the style. It's kind of like 90s diss rap. But I liked it also because they were giving people facts about like historical figures and stuff as well. So I was hoping that was getting more people into it, which some of them it did. Some were like, oh, I didn't know that person did that. Or I didn't know that person was involved with that or said that. I'm like, yeah. So I kind of hope that God of War get people maybe some people looked more into mythology, maybe did some research. Hopefully, maybe they'll just play the game and just enjoyed it and didn't do anything. I don't know. But I was thoroughly enjoying it because I always loved studying Norse and Roman and Greek mythology when I was in school. That's why you weren't drawing. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I just got your notifications right now. I'm like, I've been talking for a minute. He hasn't been moving. Did I bore him to death? Is he still there?
No, I'm here. I'm always there.
You're good. But yeah, so I've been I'm young. I've been playing video games a little bit less, but I saw God of War, and I knew it had something to do with Norse and Thor and Odin and Freya, and I wanted to play it, and I breezed the game. I can't play video games anymore. There's a difficulty spike between the highest difficulty level and like a hard, and hard is just too easy, and the legendary is just like I can't get past the first level. It's like taking World 1-1 and making it Bowser's Castle level the first time you played it when you were like 8 or 9 years old. So that's about it. It's new for me. Waiting on the next issue of Baby Teeth. Just want to give birth to the Hellspawn and Antichrist.
Give me a second here. If you're showing it.
I'm sorry, sir.
So where I click on you, so where you could be showing whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I have myself clicked, and it would only show me on the stream.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're gonna show that baby teeth, show you that baby teeth.
Okay. Well, yeah. We got baby teeth right here, and actually, I do not. I wish I would have pulled out. I have there's a 3D lenticular where it's got a stained glass with like Mary holding baby Jesus. And then you turn it, and it's kind of like an opposite. It's got the cross upside down. It's got her holding.
Now hold on, now. Is that the baby Jesus in the golden diaper?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Ricky Bobby, the Will Ferrell.
Oh, baby Jesus.
Yeah, he's the one. He's praying to it, and in the baby in the golden diaper, and they're like, he's a man. He grew up, and he
Yeah.
goes, "That's the one I like."
The one in the golden diaper.
Yeah. So is that covering the golden diaper or no?
I don't believe it is, but you know what? Now I'm going to go back and check because if it is, that'll be a really cool throwaway joke they did on it.
Yeah.
The only thing that I will show from if I am I still click, sir? I'm sure it's back to you drawing. Is that there is a random? They kind of draw you in. I always give a comic or like a episode or a series 3 issues or 3 episodes. There's a random demon raccoon that comes out of a portal in issue 3, and then they tease him right at the very end of the book. And that's kind of what sold me and my buddy's wife on getting the rest of the series. We were like, Demon Raccoon, we got to see what goes on with it. And my wife and my buddy were like, what in the heck are you guys talking about? So we made them read the books, and they immediately had me and my buddy go out to the LCSs around here and try to find the rest of Baby Teeth. That was caught up for that time. I think it was up to like issue 9 at that time. So
yeah, I hear it's a pretty good story and everything.
yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting take, and it's Aftershock Comics. So
I think Ryan Kincaid did a cover.
Did he?
Did he do covers for that? I'm almost certain.
He might have. I just thought it was kind of funny. I didn't realize it was I started hearing all this stuff about Donnie Cates up and coming, and I went back and looked at Baby Teeth and realized, yeah, he helps write Baby Teeth. Checking that Ryan Kincaid cover right now, sir.
He did, right?
That's what I'm checking right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just pulling up. I got a comics price guide, and it's the easiest way for me to view like all the variants.
Okay.
So, see Elizabeth Torque. Oh, these are showing store exclusives. I'm not seeing one specifically by Ryan King. I might have to actually look him up. Wow, they even went to double digits on the Baby Teeth cover as well. I didn't realize it was that anticipated of a book. There's even an all black cover. Just it's either black labeled or it's literally an all black cover. I'm not sure which. Nope, black embossed variant. Just has Baby Teeth barely visible in the background. Awesome. Kincaid spelled like Thomas Kincaid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ryan, Ryan. Maybe not. Maybe it was Stabbity Bunny I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything for
Okay.
Unfortunately, it keeps pulling up Thomas Kincaid too in related searches, unfortunately, but try spelling a different way. Is it Kincaide?
Yes.
Okay,
no E on the end.
Okay, I try it that way. Stabbity Bunny. Yeah, it's pulling up a lot the Stabbity Bunny covers. Not seeing a wait. Hold on. I saw something with Baby Teeth, and it's referencing him as well.
Okay.
But it could be. Nope, talking about the Stabbity Bunny in the listing. It's listing a bunch of different books.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So if he did, I cannot find it in a 30-second Google search, but I will continue to look into it.
So anybody can send out comments. Let us know that you're here. so where we could have little conversations. Do you have any questions for us at all? We're just talking about comics and everything under the sun to do with it while I ink up this commission. Because I do see us have a few viewers in here.
Awesome, awesome. Glad to have people here.
Oh yeah,
Don't let me take over. Interact with John. He's the man, the myth, the legend.
the John Davies.
Ow! What else? What else? What else? Oh, I do have a question. I saw someone ask about it, and I knew I should have asked you first. Did you sell the Power Rangers blank variant? That is my big burning question I have right now. Go. Break my heart.
No.
Okay. Okay.
No.
You kept my heart intact. Thank you, sir. I appreciate
No,
it.
the guy questioned, and I don't think I've heard a response back from him yet on it.
Well, I will allow him ample time to do that, but if not, I would probably like to place a down payment on a Power Rangers because I have a wonderful idea.
Okay.
But at the same time, I just love your work too. I might just let you go free roam on that one because I know the Grayson. Once I get the Grayson blank variant, I gave you a very specific idea for that, so I might just let you go crazy on the Power Rangers one and surprise me.
Well, I'm surprising you on the Grayson one.
Oh, you're gonna surprise me on the Grayson one.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
So I know we've discussed about you doing a live post on your unveiling of it on
Yes.
the no call.
Yes.
And you're really going to enjoy what I did on that because I did something special for you, and
Oh,
I
aren't
also
you sweet?
included something special for you, and it's exclusive.
Oh, you're killing me.
Yeah, they only made a certain amount of those
Oh my God.
from San Diego. So it's from San Diego Comic Con.
Oh my God, you're killing me. Oh, I'm about to go to the post office and go get a job there so I can get it sooner.
Right?
They're hiring.
I see that, right? But yeah, they're not going to.
No. They're not. Trust me, I've seen it. I've seen how much mail carriers make, and I had a buddy. She actually fought for a year and a half through calling back and passing the test, and then them losing her results. I kid you not. She almost had to pay for the test twice to get on. I'm like, are you kidding me? She really wanted the job because the benefits were fantastic. I guess the government benefits for USPS are amazing, at least for
Oh
her.
yeah,
So
it's government jobs, so yeah, they're going to be great benefits.
I'm still in my second after I'm between second and third interviews for TSA right now. So
Yeah, they need to revamp that.
yeah, dude, they are strict though. I was talking. I mean, I'm clean. I'm sober. I don't like drink and drive. I don't drink at work. I don't do drugs. But I mean, if there's even, I heard someone let someone smoke in their car, like not some illegal substance, and apparently they triggered the dogs during the walkthrough of the employee parking lot enough. They made her do a drug test, and when she passed it, they made her do another one just to doubly check, and gave her like half paid time off for those 3 days while they waited for results from both tests.
Well, that's cool that they paid her for it, but
Yeah. I mean, it was still only half pay, but it was just they were
harassment though if they're doing it twice.
Yeah. She loves the job though. The hours are great. They pay differential for shifts, and they give you an extra pay differential for weekends too, on top of the if you work a night shift. So she's enjoying it, and they seem to treat her right. So that's why she's been trying to get me on for like a year and a half. But apparently, most people got to apply like 3 times. And
Yes.
the way they do it through like the system they have now, they won't let you send in your own resume. You got to build it through the resume builder through the website you apply through. And I did that. And when I tried to submit it the third time, like on the third application, it says, sorry, this resume format is not available or is not compatible. And it's the resume format that I did through their website is the only one they allow you to submit through that website. So I'm literally at an impasse. I am at a stalemate with the website in human resources for that one because I applied for a different TSA position. I'm in second, third interview gets the one, but I've also I applied for a security team, like a security team lead position as well. So it's just crazy. We have all this technology and something as simple as this. You would think, I don't know. I used to build websites by hand, so all this GoDaddy.com and all these other websites, but then Wix came out, and a couple dollars a month, you can have a website. Thanks, appreciate it. All that hard work I did learning Photoshop, and I learned how to make websites in Notepad originally. I actually started
Oh,
out. I made fan pages for like Dick Grayson and comic books, and I made like MySpace backgrounds and stuff back in middle school and stuff as well. But I learned how to do it in Notepad for 2 years before my buddy even told me there was a program called Dreamweaver. Oh, I was so angry. I was like, you had me doing hexadecimal codes and memorizing them when I could just go over here and I get my help a little color wheel. I mean, I had probably 9 website references for different hexadecimals and quick cuts and quick shortcuts to help me out for like a year and a half on my browser. Ugh. But then I did Dreamweaver a couple of years. I helped improve my high school's website actually, and I got paid for it, and just stuff like that. And then all this Wix and GoDaddy.com, they got like big sponsors, and everyone wants a website, but they don't want to pay for it, and that's why they just do a bunch of pre-made templates, and so it's no art in it anymore. It's just generic stock. It's blocks and images, and just I don't know. Some look beautiful, but I didn't have the networking at the time to be able to reach out to be able to expand my business. So I did it for like 3 years. But, it's the way she goes.
yeah, always. Ah, so you liking this?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm in awe every time. I'm loving the cape flowing down across behind and in front of the turtles at the same time.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. I always love your little Batman add-ons that you like. I guess just strike you randomly, like you did with the one that I'm waiting for to come Thursday. That won't get here soon enough. Like how you did the Batman reflection in the middle of the 2 masks. So.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So how those things come about is by Bob Ross type happy accidents. So when I do stuff, it's my internal brain already sees it and does it. So I don't really see what comes about on stuff until it happens. And then it's like, oh man, that's super cool. And like I said, it's happy accidents, but everyone seems to like it, besides myself.
Oh, you don't like
Uh,
some of them?
no, 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 no. I'm
Oh,
saying I like myself. I like them. It's just
oh okay.
it wasn't planned, it
Yeah,
just happens. So they're happy accidents,
gotcha.
and so it's nice. Oh yeah, here we go.
I saw something on Facebook the other day. It was a meme of it's like, what if Bob Ross was a serial killer and all the paintings were locations of where he hid the bodies?
Oh yeah, I seen that one. I laughed at that one as I was
Yeah.
scrolling by. It's funny. He's like, yes, and here's where the happy little tree is where
Yeah.
they're at.
Yeah,
You know?
that happy little tree was him accidentally starting to draw where the body was and trying to draw the corpse, and he's like, "No, we're gonna make that a tree."
Yeah. So it was a happy accident.
Exactly, it was a
You
happy
know,
accident.
I hit
He
them with the shovel a little too hard.
and it made
Accident?
yeah, accident. We'll never know, but it made me happy. Oh,
So you think this guy is gonna really like it?
oh my God! I would find a way to display it just like that. Somehow find a way to cover up the staples just so I could show your art off and like a double display. Rip the blank cover off and display that by itself. Not actually. I wouldn't rip it. Don't hurt me. I would. I love the full picture. So cool.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I'm in one of the groups from where I was born at, or actually raised. I wasn't born there, but it's called Born and Raised in Long Beach.
Hmm.
And someone said something about um, the Los Altos Mall.
Yeah.
And what is your best memory, right? And I was like, well, my best memory with the Los Altos Mall was the ice cream parlor, and I couldn't think of the name of the ice cream parlor. And this one dude just kept saying, "Save on, save on drugs and stuff" at the Los Altos Mall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I don't think it's that, man. I know it was an actual parlor that my stepdad would take us to a couple of times. I only remember us going like a few times. And this one other guy says Farrell's was at Los Cerritos Center in the 70s and 80s. Nordstrom's was on the other side of the mall at the time and worked at Farrell's from 81 to 83. So that was the time when I was a kid, I was around 10 years old at the time. So I guess I was right. My memory is pretty good on that.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
We had actually, I found a lot of people from Michigan in Tennessee, surprisingly. And there was a little ice cream parlor called KD Fuds. He named it after his daughter's nickname was KD, and his last name was Fudd. So he named, or sorry, his last name was a Fudd. His kid looked like Elmer Fudd when he was a baby. His son did. So they called him KD Fuds after his kids. And he started off with an ice cream truck, and then he opened up a parlor. And it was all throughout high school. He was there for 3 of the 4 years I was in high school. I actually got my second job. My second job the government knows about that I pay taxes on. Smoothest ice cream I've ever had in my life. And then I found out why eventually when I worked there. He's like, yeah, we use ice cream with 35% butterfat. I'm like, Jesus Christ. No wonder I put on 15 pounds since working here. But they had a challenge. They had a challenge. All the food challenges were getting big. I mean, they still kind of are, but not as big as they were. Like I want to say like 2009, 2010, when just everyone was going around doing something. And it was called the Big Kahuna, and it was 32 scoops of ice cream.
Oh,
And
wow.
oh dear God, you only got one person to help you out with it. But if you got someone to help you out with it, you had to do it in like 10 minutes. Didn't even make it halfway through before I had a brain freeze. Literally put me on the floor, almost in tears.
Ice cream will do that to you.
Yeah, it will. I'm kind of glad that looking back on it that because that was before I found out the fact about the butterfat. I'm kind of glad I didn't go through and try to do that solo. I don't know if I don't know if I would have woken up from that diabetic coma. So, got any new indie books for me to keep an eye out for this week, sir? Or anything upcoming? Any new products that we haven't already talked about?
The big things are it's on the crowdfunding Indiegogo.
Yes.
Uh, so a lot of those. One in particular is Art to Bear's Black and White
Yes.
remastered,
Of
which is
course.
super cool. I did a print on that, which I have here, which are for $15 each.
That is a very beautiful looking print, I must say, too, sir.
Oh yeah, Sean Forney really did amazing job on the colors.
Oh, high def! Wow, there it is. Yeah, I haven't got to see the. I saw the when I don't think it was a print yet when I first saw it. So, wow, that is vibrant.
So the '90s are back.
Guess who's back?
Yeah. And then I have 5 prints total that I have made already.
You got the you got to show that Venom Carnage one. It's gonna kill me because I'm gonna see it again.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Hey, look, there it is, right there. Oh, so beautiful. I love these clutching Spidey's mask.
And on any of these, I could do a remark on them. So, and then this one, it was from a commission, a full print size commission, and he wanted Ash from Ash versus the Evil.
Dead. Yeah.
Yeah. With the turtles, and then I did the reflection of Bebop and Rocksteady,
which I love. It's so the things you think of are things I could never think of, and they just look so great.
And the colors were done by Hector Rubilar. He's from Brazil. He's in Brazil, lives in Brazil, and he did the coloring for me. He also did the coloring for me on this. This was all last year that I did these. So this is a tribute to the Charlie Brown, the Great Pumpkin.
Yes.
And with Mikey sitting there for Halloween with Yosagi Yojimbo. They're waiting for the Great Pumpkin, and everybody shows up to make fun of him. So, and then you can see Shredder. Oh God, what's his name?
Come on, you got this. You got this. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not helping you out.
Oh, Krang.
Yeah, and then, there it is.
Bebop and Rocksteady. Old people, man. Old people.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. We love you still. We'll give you some time to think about it. Don't worry.
And like I said, I can do remarks on every one of these.
Now, I do have a question. You're full. I did not. I've never actually asked you about a full size print, pricing wise. Was that something you're comfortable talking about on stream?
Yeah.
Okay. How much? What size prints do you offer?
It's 11 by 17.
Okay.
And for the original art.
Yes.
Okay. Anywhere from $100 to $200.
That's not bad.
So, and it depends on how many characters and the detail to it.
Oh, well, obviously, you know, with my ideas and stuff, it's going to be $200 every time. Let's just not beat around the bush there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have this card here. The prints I have somewhere else because I couldn't find one of the prints to show. So, and
that's got the Bebop and Rocksteady and the sword too, correct?
Yeah. Oh, and I got a ton of these cards here too.
It's a
nice card, nice glossy card stock. So you can put it in like a 5x7. Set it up on your.
I'll put it on the mantle next to my picture of Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, or Obi-Wan Kenobi, depending on who you ask, but you know.
Yeah. And then the Frank and Donnie. The Frank and Don.
The Frank and Don.
Yeah. This was like a business card, and where I could put a sketch on it right here.
That is a great idea.
Yeah. So it has my email address where everybody could reach me. My GD Productions.
Question. I was talking to someone the other day. You might have seen his commissions, his Venomized stuff. Don Mark Nocita? You know what I'm talking about? He did a Venomized Wonder Woman and a Venomized Psylocke sketch about a month ago.
Okay.
I know I've been I got a down payment with him, and like I said, things with the jobs have not been going too wonderful with the hospitals and stuff. Anyways, we're not going to get into that on here, but he is going to do a Venomized Nightwing for just because I love the way he does the Venomized work.
Okay.
And I'm just looking forward. He lives. You were talking about someone who lives in, not Brazil. Unless it was the country. You were talking about someone who lives in another country that he actually lives there. He lives in the Philippines. So, yeah, he lives in the Philippines, and that's where I'd have to ship it internationally and then get it shipped back as well. And I'm wondering, what is your experience with that, and what is the best way to how much wrapping, bubble wrap, protection, insurance, whatever, do I need to get to ship halfway across the world and then halfway back.
Oh, you're
Uh,
doing a
I got
sketch
to,
cover?
yeah, I'm getting a sketch cover done by him, but I've saved a little money by having having it already by myself, like having the book by myself. So
Oh, it's going to cost you a lot of money
yeah,
just on the shipping alone. The
yeah,
shipping alone is going to be around $100 anyways.
yeah.
So I used to ship a lot to Australia, and it was anywhere from $30 to $80 on the shipping. So
Yeah, okay.
you just check at your local post office there, and they will give you a rate for uh, like a priority mail one.
Yeah,
Uh, but here's the thing: when it exits our country, right,
yeah.
they have no more contact with it uh, until it reaches there. So you get a different number also when it reaches that country for their carrier. So and you can kind of figure out what that number is to track it within their country under their service.
Okay,
So
that's good to know.
yeah, I've also done the UK, shipped there, shipped to Canada. Um, I haven't shipped to the Philippines,
I say
Brazil.
I've sent some to my buddies up in Canada. I've sent some books. I've sold, not sold, but I've traded with some of my buddies up in Canada as well. So like Nova Scotia.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh hey there,
So
well, we're gonna again go down to Tim Hortons to get a double at a Boston cream, eh?
yeah, that's right. So right here I have Night Mist, which
Oh,
I did earlier this year. So my pencils and inks.
is this the one you did cover to cover?
Yeah. Earlier this year. So how you like that?
I am loving it. I have started to get more into horror comics mainly because my wife is into the whole Tim Burton and creepy Halloween stuff. But I guess I was raised really weird because a lot of stuff like haunted houses and stuff, they don't scare me. So I enjoy things people call creepy, but I don't consider them creepy myself. So we started looking into like getting horror comics and stuff like that together. So we're looking at a lot of indie comics there. So I love the art. I'm actually gonna, if you can send me a picture of that later, I'm gonna show
Okay.
her and get her excited. Maybe we can get when Night Mist comes back and is ready to be sent out, we can start getting into that series as well. Hopefully that takes off too, sir.
And here's a Star Wars that I inked up uh, over Terry Dotson. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He did the original that was published. This is unpublished. So I was just doing it just to do a ink test of his work. So I think it came out nice.
No, it did. I love the inking around where the lightsabers coming out of the handle, the pommel. I love that, and the reflection in Vader's helmet. It's
Oh
superb,
yeah.
superb work as usual, sir.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. And
Man,
then another print that I'm still noodling on.
yes, that we're still waiting anxiously on. I love the cosmos in the background though. I know you're really excited about doing it in space, but it's looking fantastic, sir.
No, look at the thing.
I know I'm ready for see it fully inked. So you can do it's clobber time. I can still see it there barely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then the little mini print.
Mini
Uh,
print.
yeah, it's watercolors in ink.
Love that sky.
Oh, I do too.
Actually, can you show it again real quick? Okay. For a second there, I saw I know I'm trying to point, but you can't see where I'm pointing to, but kind of almost looks like a bat, like the bat signal in the middle, kind of fading out into clouds. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I see like the two pointed ears.
like I said, happy accidents.
Well,
So
it's got the point down at the bottom, like the bottom of the bat
I,
signal. So if it's a
I
happy
see,
accident,
I
I
see,
love it.
I see what you're talking about right here.
Yeah, yeah, right there, and it's got the point underneath it too, like the bat signal spreading out.
Oh yeah. So this was done for Batman Day, and it's still up for grabs. Whoever wants to grab it.
I mean, I'll grab it all you want, but I mean, if you want me to pay for it, that's a whole different story.
Batman is talking about everybody needing to grab it.
Yeah, he's not talking about. He's just showing it. In the picture, he said negative. Everyone else is saying, positive, sir. Affirmative.
He's like, look at this batarang. When he was yelling out Dick, he wasn't meaning Grayson.
He wasn't talking about Nightwing. Oh, God.
So he has a new Nightwing in his pants, I guess.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know. So this is page 1 of the event, Children from the Atom. This story has been ongoing with me for about 3 or 4 years here, where I started it. It's a very personal story. I won't go into details on that, but it's full ongoing now into the works to where it'll be posted up on Indiegogo to get fully funded for printing and get it out there. That would be the minimum charge for it, is just to get it out there, to have a completed book on that. And it'll be a 48 pager. Yeah. So it's going to be a big size book. Hoping to get it to be on hardcover, square bound. Yeah, square bound. So where you could put it up on your shelves and reach for it anytime. Obviously, I'm putting in the work on the art itself. So it's about kids.
For myself, and all I can still think of is the Batawang. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be childish right now,
but the it's for all ages.
Okay. Family friendly. Love it.
Yeah, it's for all ages. It'll really grab for everybody, the inner child all the way to the adult person, as far as the adventures and such. I want to keep this ongoing. Probably also break it down into smaller issues later.
Break it down now.
Yeah, to get it going with at least 3 books, which will be around 150 pages. But if it continues to grow into astronomical size as far as the funding, then it'll be added pages and added content of the making of it, and the original story that I did about 3 or 4 years ago.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, where I started it out of Hack Shack Studios there with Art to Bear. And so I showed him all of the ideas and such. So as I was working with them, and he was doing DC books, many different DC books. We started with Catwoman, some Hawkman, Detective Comics, Teen Titans, Batman Arkham Knight. So yeah, I worked on all those, doing blacks and stuff for him and the page setups and all that. So those are the things I did as an assistant, working out of Hack Shack Studios. And I had this idea here where I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that story because it's personal, and and I'll put this into more of a post-apocalyptic side world, so where I can do whatever I want with it, and just to run with a story and adventures and intrigue and crime and such, family. So, and it's a bunch of kids that's 150 years in the future after a nuclear meltdown of the planet, to where we're now 150 years later, where everybody is affected by the radiation and nuclear exposure,
Yeah.
to where children have now been given such a mutation, whether it's by powers or by physical mutations of such. And the one kid, he has the most powerful power of the nuclear atom itself,
Okay.
and he could use that as a force into fighting off the evil that's lurking out in the world, as he tries to find his new found family uh, that he didn't know about, because all he knew was his mother, and now she's dead, with what you see here, where he finds her dead by one of these creatures who have been mutated also. So nature also has a mutation from the nuclear exposure and such. And so, just like in our real life right now, we have mutations constantly going on with the sun radiating, and the Earth's radiation itself, of what we are doing to it. So animals and plants and such are constantly mutating right now. But with a jump in the nuclear exposure from a fallout, you see huge creatures and such. And that's probably how the dinosaurs were too. Who knows? I don't know.
Who
Because
knows?
we've never have any size animals like that anymore.
Yeah,
You know?
closest to it now is what, an elephant or a blue whale. That's the closest we got in size to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or whatever the gigantic size white shark is,
No, the megalodon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
we don't have any of those still alive. But yeah, no, I'm saying that's all we
yeah.
got.
So she was attacked by a dog that is very much mutated to a grotesquely huge size of like a bear, a grizzly bear,
Okay.
and yeah, he killed her.
Oh.
And so Brian, the main character, is without family now, his mother. So all he has is just a few friends, and they are kind of on the streets themselves. And he hears and finds out that he has a father, and last known whereabouts of his father is across the nation, which the nation is also broken up into different factions. And he has to go through a large journey, because a ton of technology is shut down. Uh, so everything's mostly on foot. You know, gasoline is no more to be pumped. How are you going to get it? Because there's no more electricity and such. Because all the power plants and stuff that ran our electricity around the world was also targeted, 150 years ago.
Yeah.
So nobody's rebuilt because of the fallout. So nobody could get up above grounds to rebuilding society and stuff. So now we start seeing 150 years later, people emerging and starting to have their own lives above ground and such, and outwardly, within the past couple 20 years or something. So, but a lot of the skilled workers who knew how to do those things have died off from the world. So the world is becoming rebuild slowly, so from like the dark ages and such back again to what we have society right now. So the journey takes them across the country in a lot of different adventures, and I like to have it fun, actionable, uh, and such. So that's my take on it. uh, I'm hoping to get a really great writer named Nasser to help me script it out and hammer it out further.
Now I do have a question. You said the story was personal to you. I know you say you don't want to get into it, but will it be like a dedication in the book when it gets
Uh,
published?
I might. I
Okay.
might. So, and here's some flashback to what the world was right before the nuclear meltdown.
The end is near guy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's such a like a familiar scene, but I love seeing them. No matter if it's in movies, comics, books, I love seeing them. I really do.
yeah.
There's always one.
Some have the different news stations publicizing, what's happening. That like Russia, China, America.
UK.
Everybody
Yeah.
is ready to pull the trigger, and then you see the button being pushed, and then all of a sudden, boom, the bombs start going off and everything, and then we'll come back to the present day, which is 150 years later, and start the story there. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Sounds like a great epic, man. I can't wait to see it
Yeah,
in its entirety.
yeah. So I have a few drawings, gray toned and such, gray wash. This is Domino from the Deadpool movie that came out. Uh,
Yeah, keep showing Domino there in the background while we were talking, and I'm thinking about putting a place ordering Domino's right now.
yeah, they're pretty good pizza. They're decent.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm for Hungry Howie's. Oh, there she is.
And there's Venom. I guess everybody's gonna go see the movie in the next couple of weeks here.
Definitely. I know they can't see me, but yeah. Yeah, I'm going. I'm going. I'm going.
I can click off. There you go. Just talk.
Oh, no, 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 you're good. I didn't even, I was just saying. Oh, I was doing that earlier when you were talking about you did covers for the bands and stuff too on album covers. I was rocking out like because
Oh yeah, yeah.
the songs you turned me on to earlier, man.
Oh yeah. Project Human and Lazarus Casket.
Lazarus Casket, yeah.
I did their album covers. I did two covers for Project Human. Their second album comes out real soon because I just finished up the artwork for the gatefolds and everything on the CD, and they sent that off to the record company. And anybody who likes heavy metal, like some real heavy metal, those guys are it, man. They really do rock out. And then back in the 90s, I wasn't even out of high school when I got my first job doing that. It was for a 80s hair band called New Dynasty, and I did their cover to Mad Monster Party. And like I said, I wasn't even out of high school yet, and signing a contract to do that. And then I was in a group for in high school for Saving the Earth, and it was called ORE, Organization for the Rehabilitation of the Earth. And we dealt with Greenpeace and stuff and cleaning up the beaches and such like that. So they had me do some artwork for a T-shirt, and it was a melting Earth. And I guess that got out and got to the camp of Robert Plant. So little known guy, he sang some things, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
And so his album back in 93, I believe it was 93.
That was the year I was born, so you're gonna be alone on that one, sir.
Well, it was a melting Earth, which was my art, and then someone did a colors over it. So because my melting Earth was with the green and the blue for the colors, because they were more basic because of the shirts, silk screening shirts back then. But someone went in with digital coloring and such, and made like yellows and orange and all that stuff with a melting Earth. So he used my design for his album cover.
I'm trying to find the albums right now.
I forget the name of the album.
Fate of Nations, 93.
Yes. So it's the melting Earth,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Here, actually, can you put me on my camera?
Yeah, just keep talking.
Okay. Right there. There is the melting Earth.
Yeah, that's it.
There we go. So that is
Nice.
pretty. And you did that well in high school
Yeah, back in 1990.
back in 1990. Man, you are an old fart. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I am. I've been around. I've seen a lot.
Oh, I don't want to hear about you getting around, buddy. That's for later. All right,
Oh
wait,
yeah. Oh yeah. We don't want to tell the world about it.
we're not Bruce Wayne now. Okay, we keep some things to ourselves. So, also, since you had a oh, go ahead. I see you pulling something up.
So here's the album cover to Project Human.
Yes, now we're going to pull up the Lazarus casket one, so we can show that too. Let's just show all your art. Actually, I had Project Human pulled up. Hold on, gotta go back to Lazarus casket. Right there.
Yeah, that's it.
Trying to see if I can get a better, clearer picture without too much glare from the lamp behind me.
Yeah, I even done the lettering and everything. So
Did
the
you?
logo.
I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. So they had original logo on those, which was much lighter lines and stuff. So I deepened the lines and everything to make it pop a bit more. And then with the Project Human, everything, all the lettering was mine and such, and along with the cover art. They call him Dev, the robot.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's becoming human, you know. So
Gotcha.
he's a project, you know.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So they're pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
The actual drummer of the that group is we went to high school together, and we went to the comic shops and stuff, and we created characters ourselves back in high school. And
Nice.
he had a single celled character called Captain Cell, I think it was.
Captain
Yeah,
Cell.
yeah. And he had a shield and everything like Captain America and all that stuff.
Nice.
And we would draw little comic strips and such in class. So what's that Venom statue?
Oh yeah. I was just having fun. I actually picked it up. It's just a little cool collectible. It's actually a lot lighter than it looks. I thought it was gonna be a lot more solid, but it is pretty darn detailed as far as the muscle structure. I mean,
Oh
look at those
yeah.
neck muscles.
Oh yeah.
You can start for like $15 on an online auction.
That was 15.
$15. It was originally like $30. I mean, like I said, it's really light. I mean, I can.
Oh,
That's as far as.
is that a print?
No, I know it is not it's not a 3D print. It is actually in a box. I actually have the box, I believe, somewhere over to my right, but I am not going to go off camera and
So,
get it.
but is it plastic?
Yeah, it's plastic.
Okay. Okay.
But it's really cool. It's done by some artist I get to recommend. I mean, they even got the stretching on the glutes. I mean, it is very detailed. That is a symbiote stretched over a human form.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it was only $15, and I was very happy to get it. And I'm gonna put that next to my other Venom statues. I'll go pick that up, and I might go pick that up Thursday when I get your package, and we'll just unbox both at the same time.
Darn right.
And you know what? We'll do the Venom first because we gotta save the best for last. And we know the best is coming from John Davies. Come on, people, right. Get in here, talk to this wonderful man, ask him questions. That's really all I do.
Yeah, so here soon I'm gonna have to go eat something.
Oh yeah. Gotta go refuel. Gotta refuel the draw in hand.
Oh yeah.
The sketch in hand.
In the belly.
Oh, the big belly.
No, it's not really big, but it's a belly. A workout, dude.
Oh yeah, I can tell. Look at those massive forearms. Yeah.
I play a lot of baseball. So I played baseball at Long Beach State. So
I never really did college sports, unfortunately. I did some in high school, but I was not an exemplary player to be able to stand out, and my school was not the greatest really in anything except for band. So there weren't many. We didn't have. I don't know. I didn't pursue it and try to practice it much. I love the sport of baseball. I love following it. I love playing it. I love collecting cards, researching it, reading history on it. I know we
Oh
talked about
yeah.
baseball a couple of times too. So you're a
So what history do you know about baseball?
just like some of like the older teams, like where they started, like different, like Brooklyn, like how Brooklyn, like some teams are now like in different cities. They started in other, just not. You're putting me on the spot here, and you're making me nervous, sir. So I appreciate that.
Okay. So as you know, because we've discussed it,
Yes.
yeah, I'm a huge baseball historian, and so what's the oldest professional team?
Oldest professional team. I would have to say something probably over in the New England states. Would I be getting close there?
Um,
Like Philadelphia, New York,
no,
Massachusetts? No, not even.
no,
Okay. I'll just throw it out there then, and I'll do a. I'll throw out the Dodgers. I know I'm
no,
probably wrong. No,
no,
because there was the Bronx Dodgers back in the day, right?
no. It was Brooklyn, but
Bombers? Am I thinking? I mean, I don't know.
no. Cincinnati Redlegs were the oldest, the first, and 1863, I think it
Okay.
was.
Yeah, because
Uh,
I know one. Also, I can know for sure that I know facts about would be the Milwaukee because I know they went from they were the Brewers and then they became the St. Louis Browns. But that was like in the early 1900s, like 1903, 1904, somewhere around there.
um, well, the incarnation of the Brewers right now came from Seattle.
Okay.
They were the Seattle Pilots, minor league team. So a lot of teams out west were minor leagues. Um, that's where Joe DiMaggio first was playing. He was playing up in San Francisco, up there. Some like Sea Lions or something like that they were called. And
Really?
yeah,
Sea Lions. That's a team I don't want to play against.
and then but with the Cincinnati Redlegs, they lasted a couple of years as a professional team before they had to move. And they moved to Boston and started up the second incarnation of the team back in the 1800s. And with that, they became the Reds Sox. And then getting to the point of it is over the years with them, they changed from being just like a red leg like team and became the Boston Braves. So their origination was Cincinnati Reds, but then their transformation in Boston was the Braves for all the modern day, from what you see.
Yeah, they went.
And
Okay.
then,
Yeah.
so the Boston Braves over the years went to Milwaukee
And then they
and
went to
became,
Atlanta, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the total origin of that team. So in essence, Atlanta is the oldest team.
Okay.
But yeah, if you really want to get down to it,
Oh
as
yeah.
far as a continuation of a team and such,
Yeah.
yeah, it's it's the Braves.
I,
But
I know more like fun facts, more as but I would love to like just pick your brain later, find out more about it than just reading about it. But the Louisville Grays, was it 1870s, I believe.
okay,
They were a team for 4 years, or I believe for before they actually had four people kicked off their team for gambling, and then that's literally what caused the team to end up just be gone. Just gambling back in the day was so You could not play baseball and gamble.
Yeah, it was so prevalent then.
Yeah.
But what really got it was in 1920 was when they incorporated the rule about the gambling. So ever since the Black Sox scandal.
Yeah. Them old Black Sox. I remember as a kid when I first found out about them, I thought they were a legit third team, that there was the Red Sox, the White Sox, and the Black Sox. I know. The silly youngster.
Yeah. Now the Dodgers, they were from a couple of different teams as far as their origin goes, with the Atlantics and the Grays, and from Brooklyn there, and each one wanted to, as far as their history goes, uh, say, oh, it's this or it's that. Well, if you really look at it, they came about combined kind of, as far as the two teams go, and because they kept changing leagues back then and such,
Yeah.
during the late 1800s, because there was two major leagues at the time, and then they kind of settled into the one league for Major League Baseball. But then they had the two different conference-like leagues.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love baseball, man. That's my jam.
That's your jam.
And just growing up, doing history and reports and stuff, I did it on baseball. A lot of my reports.
That's pretty cool, man.
So when I was in junior high, I did a report on the financial of baseball and where it was going and stuff. And that was like in '85, I believe it was. And with how baseball salaries kept rising right then. And back then, it really wasn't that much. It was only in the hundred thousands of dollars. And getting into what few contracts, which were like in the 10 million range and stuff. But yeah, I did a huge report on it. I think it was like 10 pages. I did a report on it. I forget which class it was, if it was like social studies or economics. I can't remember what the class was. But it was cool, it was fun. And it just piqued my interest even more with baseball and its self. So, because are we paying the players what they're worth and stuff? And
Yeah.
you
Well, what is
know,
your opinion on that? Were they playing with the players what they're worth?
at the time, as far as when they come up, no, and they still don't. You know, because they are entertainment, and entertainers with those skills should be paid. And they're not, even to this day, because it's I believe the salary for a rookie when you come up is 575,000. So, like, let's say Mike Trout.
Yeah.
So Mike Trout was not making jack until last year, and he's supposed to be one of the best baseball players in the game. So why are they only paying him like $500,000?
Yeah.
And all these baseball players who are in the minors are living off of their bonus because you don't get paid hardly anything in the minors.
Yeah. No, that's a travesty too.
just a little bit of cleanup and then some colors on this.
Are we gonna start colors tonight, or are we just gonna end with the sketch?
No, we're gonna end with
I
the
think
sketch.
so.
And then with the line work, and then
Yeah,
another day I could do all the colors,
gotcha.
and then get it shipped off to this guy.
Maybe Thursday when you get off of work, and I'll have my package. Maybe I can wait that long to unbox. I don't know. I'm not promising anything. At that point, I might not even get enough. I might just start ripping into the box. So
Yeah.
excited.
So David James, this is your sketch, man. I hope you love it, because obviously I'm putting in some work to it. And anybody else who wants one, something like this is 150. Just to throw that out to you guys.
Great price for all that work. All that beautifulness is going to come out of it.
Oh yeah, and the colors.
Yeah. What are you doing over there?
I don't know.
Oh, not you. I know you know what you're doing. What you got plans for dinner tonight? Got anything special, or just got something thawing? What you
I
got?
don't know what was cooked.
Ah,
I don't know. I'm upstairs in the studio,
gotcha.
so I honestly don't know.
Well, I think I'm gonna hop out of here, boss man.
Same here,
Oh,
because I need to eat.
the work looks great.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much for joining me.
thank you for having me.
Always. I like doing a lot of these, talking with somebody as I'm working. So
Do the
I
whole
hope to do, yeah, I hope to do a lot more though.
Yes, yes.
And then hopefully we can get more of our brethren in here from the groups,
I
and
would
then we can
love
have
to
a
have
huge
like
discussion.
yes,
Yeah,
like 2 or 3 of us in here.
yeah. And we could talk about a lot of different things, that's on our mind and what we're collecting and everything. And
Yeah, and I can just
with
listen
comics.
because I've only been collecting for a few years, but I can just listen in and make reactions and go ooh and ah, and yes, and
And
things
doing
like
that.
that. So
Ooh, ooh, ah. Just like the
ting
chipmunks.
tang, walla walla bing bang. Yeah, I can do that exact. I'll do all of it just for you, sir. All right, boss man. Well,
Have a good one.
you too, bud.
All right, bye.